You know the old phrase, these colors don't run. However, Texas Democrats do. They ran away from from Austin so that they could block a vote on voting reforms. Ironically enough, Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he will arrest them when they return, which seems cool to me. Let's go inside the story with Attorney General of Texas, Ken Paxton himself. Good morning. Welcome back to the program, sir.
Hey, good morning, Carl. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing very well now that you're here. So I got a lot of questions on this because it's very interesting. Now, Democrats have said, you know what, we're going to not vote on a program to make voting more accountable. The irony there, they leave on a private jet with no masks. And now they go to D.C. to be trotted out as some press conferencing. Now, there's some legal questions about whether they can or cannot be arrested. We may not let them run away, but did they actually break the law? And are we going to see them in some metal bracelets?
So if you care about the Constitution, their constitutional duty is to show up when there is a session and represent the people that they're elected to represent. And we have a minority of Democrats who have decided they're not going to let any other legislator vote. So they're not even going to let other legislators do their duty. And so they've broken quorum, which is required in the House. They have 100 of the 150 members there, and they've left. It's clearly a violation of law.
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty cut and dry to me, but now I'm not a lawyer. So do you actually anticipate them being arrested when they return from their D.C. vacation?
So my hope would be that as soon as they come back, as long as there is a session still called. So in Texas, the governor, after a regular session, can call a special session for up to 30 days. That 30 days will expire, I think it's August 6th. He would have to call another special session in order to keep that going for another 30 days. So he can keep calling special sessions for a purpose that he determines. He can keep that going as long as he wants. And as long as there is a special session going, the Democrats can be arrested as soon as they step back on Texas soil.
That's remarkable. So you have, I mean, this is the irony, as Beto O'Rourke said, we're going to turn Texas blue, which didn't happen, obviously. And now you have Democrats, instead of debating the merits of their case, have just said, I'm not going to be here, and I'm going to take my ball, and I'm going to go home, and, you know, if you don't like it, fine. What do you make of, like, this childish behavior?
It's really frustrating. It's frustrating, the democratic process, because everybody has an obligation. And I know this happened in 2003 when I was there, and it really frustrated me because I'm trying to make a living, take care of my family, represent my constituents. And when they take off, it affects the lives of all these other representatives who are giving up their time. They're making $600 a month. They're away from their families. They're not taking vacations. They're not working. And these Democrats just don't care about them. Ultimately, I believe we'll vote on this issue. And so all they're doing is wreaking havoc on the lives of other legislators and slowing the process down illegally.
Is there any mechanism, though, to vote without them there at all, or are you just kind of in a catch-22?
Catch-22. The rules require that there be a quorum, and we don't have a quorum. So eventually, if they didn't show up for a period of time, I'm assuming they would have vacated their office. It would be determined they vacated their office, and you could hold new elections. But all of that would take time. But you could eventually replace them if we determined that they were not going to ever show up.
Yeah. I mean, it seems crazy to me. So let's say they do come back. I mean, they can't stay in D.C. forever. They're funding this out of the.
Why not?
Exactly. Leave them there. Well, you know what? We're good.
Why not?
Yeah, just erase the seats, and then you know what? I think we'll have normalcy. I mean, look, Texas is a great place. I think you guys got a lot figured out down there. But I worry that these guys, you know, look, the mainstream media is on their side. I mean, they have been trotting them out like puppets and bobbleheads for the last, you know, however long they've been there. But they can't stay there forever. I mean, that's a fact. They're running out of money in these things. They have some private donors that have funded the planes and some accommodations, but it's costing like $15,000 a night to stay there for all these people. Do you think there's some risk of martyrdom if they're arrested or throughout this process?
Oh, there's no doubt. The media will, no matter what. This happened in 2003 when I was in the House. The House Democrats left for 4 days, and it frustrated us being able to do redistricting. Of course, we ended up doing it months later. But they came in like they were heroes. The gallery was full of their supporters. The media was there lauding them. And they all walked into the House floor together as if they'd come back from, you know, some conquest. I expect the same thing. What they've done is wrong. It's illegal. And yet the mainstream media is going to laud them as some heroes.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. One final question real quick before I let you go. Yesterday, a federal judge in Texas, he ruled that the Dreamers, the DACA program, is somehow, well, not somehow, but is unconstitutional. I happen to agree with this decision. They have suspended any new applications. They're not kicking out anybody who's here under the current thing. What's your take on this? Do you think it'll stand? Do you think it'll go away? I mean, it was not passed through the legislature. It was done through Barack Obama's executive order.
That's exactly right. This was Texas lawsuit. We had other states join us. And the reason we filed is because this dreamer thing that Obama created was not created by federal law. It wasn't created by Congress. He just made it up, and he changed existing law. And our argument is, look, no president, you may like this policy, you may not like this policy, but no president has the ability just to ignore federal law and create his own federal law. So we sued, we won, the judge was right. This is clearly unconstitutional, and I think it should stand. Yeah.
Ken Paxton, Attorney General for Texas. He didn't write the rules, but he's certainly winning at them. We appreciate you joining us, sir.
Hey, thanks. Have a great day.
All right.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.